A servant gas me too damn patient. No attention is a lie. Choose to question my creation. Cause we love this slide. See the patience. I'm just watching the emotion. To this truth of devastation comes a consequence. Created bad news. When they call the stuff of freedom, make it stand. They can't refuse it. Virtual thoughts and make them pentagram. All this illusion. My intentions to believe that never down inside. I'm over through this brotherhood. I found the perfect way to get control. A sacred act of new decision. Burn the way you leave the go. It just seems like it's just looking through the stretching.
Yes, sir. This thing looks like a concept car in the garage. Basically, she's home finally. There is a couple stuff that I still want to do to it in order to get it like 100% because, as you guys know, we were in time crunch for Week Fest. I didn't really get to finish the small detail stuff that I wanted to work on. So let's start off with the front. I'm going to take the splitter off and then we're going to redesign a couple aspects that I had to chop up because I had to fit the rack and pinion in there. So we're going to redesign a little bit the front splitter. Not stuff that you could visually see, or maybe we can actually push it out a little bit more, who knows. But I kind of like where it sits right now because it's flush with like the license plate right there. Then moving on to this part right here, I'm gonna take off the wheel, I'm gonna take off the lower control arm and the upper coilover mount. I'm gonna get those sent out to powder coat. That's it for there, install everything again, and then paint with undercoating some spots that I missed because I was in a hurry. And then with the interior, a couple things here. We have, actually let me turn on this light for you guys. These, I already adjusted them. They were kind of like off to the sides. It leaned over to the driver's side, it leaned over to the passenger side. So I leveled them out, made them nice and straight so they look good now. And then the floor kind of looks like chocolate. This is black, and then this kind of looks chocolate. I got it originally charcoal, but I guess with the sun it like faded. As you guys can see, even the trim there looks black. That looks like chocolate, I don't know why. But I'm gonna order the carpet and the mats in black, so that's done. And then I have some relays inside of the door to control the movement of the window. That is slow because the battery is about to die on this thing. So I'm gonna relocate those two relays on each door to the center console. I have like a 4-port box inside the center console that fits the 5-pin relays. So 4 of those total in the center console, and sometimes it would like rattle around whenever I would like hit bumps and I could hear it. You hear that? That's them moving around in there. So I'm gonna relocate them in there, make a nice wiring harness out to these connections right here. So that'll be good to go. And then also make a nice little wiring harness to the speaker. And then this was kind of like not done the right way. It lasted a long time, but I'm just gonna get the right, like, I guess, rubber tubes for this that are actually meant for that, because I just made a hole and routed it through with some electrical tape and some like wiring loom. But I'm gonna make it look way better this time around because I actually have time now. So also, you guys can see the front wheel is straight for the most part, but this wheel is upside down. I'm basically centering out the rack and pinion. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the steering wheel off and then take off like the nut that holds it on, take it off, flip it so it's straight, put it back on. So that's basically gonna allow the alignment to be like more accurate. They don't really have to center my rack and pinion. I'll do it here myself as much as I could to help them out, because this is gonna be a big alignment. This right here, look at all these arms back there. It's just gonna be, oof. I'm gonna be taking the truck to Elite Performance in Burlingame, and I'm gonna have Melody align it. If you guys ever need anything aligned like really, really precisely, Melody at Elite Performance in Burlingame, California is the girl to go to. So she does like really, really good work. Down there, there's a lot of adjustments that have to be made. I kind of feel bad for her, but I mean, she's really good at what she does, so I'm gonna let her do it. But yeah, centering out the rack and pinion, as you guys can see, it is upside down here. It is straight there. Because I already did this side. I already like eyeballed it, made it as straight as I could, and then this side is like totally off to the, pointing to the right. You know, it's pointing out this way. So, damn, that looks like I murdered somebody in there. It's just red paint. That's funny. And then moving on to the back, I'm basically gonna disassemble this whole entire thing, except for these parts up here. I'm gonna take everything off the subframe. I'm gonna take the diff, I'm gonna take the axles, I'm gonna take the hubs, all the arms off, and then I'm gonna re-powder coat. Not re-powder coat, because I had the subframe originally sandblasted, if you guys see my last video, and then I sprayed it with Seal-It, but there are a couple spots, like right there in that little circle, that I can't really get the Seal-It into, so it's kind of rusting in there. I don't want to have to deal with like rust later on, so I'm gonna just do it right. I'm gonna powder coat it. I'm not sure what color yet, but it's gonna have to be something bright, because as you guys can see up here, it's all black down there. I want it to stand out at least a little bit, so also, this plate, I'm gonna empty the gas tank. I'm gonna disconnect everything. I'm gonna remove this plate from the gas tank. And then we're gonna powder coat this Brilliant Sparkle Silver, the same color as this. And it's gonna actually pop a lot more because you could kind of see the metallic flakes. But I know well that when this is over the top right here, the sun's gonna hit it directly and then reflect a lot of that sparkle out. And then if you guys know V1 of Badlux, the wheels were steel gray pearlescent. That's what that plate's gonna be. So right now it just looks like an eyesore just because it kind of pops out, like this is silver, this is black. But having this be Brilliant Sparkle Silver, like some metallic flake on it, and then having this be like pearl, dark gray is gonna look really, really cool. But not an eyesore, because that shit looks beautiful. Look at this stance. Look how much toe in it has. That's funny. And then back here, this is actually not powder coat. This is, we replicated the powder coat, but I'm gonna have these actually powder coated. This flat piece with the whole diffuser is still good, so just these side pieces are gonna be powder coated. And then look at the new tips. That looks cool. And then I wanna show you guys in here. This is Josh's stainless steel exhaust. This wasn't supposed to happen, but I'm really, really glad it did happen. We were running late for Weekfest and I couldn't take it to the muffler shop because I still couldn't drive it. So this was like the fastest Josh and Zach ever made like a stainless steel exhaust. So look at that. You see how it goes over there, a bunch of pie cuts all the way to the center of that Black Widow muffler with a V-band clamp, and then out to the blast pipes. I'll show you guys what that looks like in here. It's a lot of little details. See that? That's the muffler welded to the tips, and then the tips go straight out. And look at the clearance. That is beautiful. And then there's a bracket that's holding the top of it. You can barely see it. You can see like the very edges of the bracket right there. There's a lot of work. Oh, I have to powder coat that too. Oh my God, there's a lot of stuff I gotta powder coat. But I'm just happy to have this thing home. I hope you guys like the reveal. Like this thing, it just looks amazing, man. I can't wait for you guys to see this thing in person. Oh, also, these are the mirrors that I restored. They were like peeling, flaking. That's a picture of them there. And now they just look so good. Look at that. I should paint for a living. Cap. But yeah, this is it right here. Turn on these lights. That looks so cool. These HIDs are loud. Let me darken this up so you guys can see. That's cool. That's loud. I'm gonna put that Ford chime. That's annoying. But yeah, that's basically it. She's finally home. And now to work on stuff that I could actually get my hands on and take my time with. This is Badlux. But yeah, that's Badlux V2. I hope you guys like it, and I Can't wait for you guys to see this thing in person. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, a lot of you guys ask me what engine is in it, and it's kind of embarrassing to say it's the original 22RE, but for those of you guys that have it in your cars or trucks, you guys know the 22RE is a solid engine. But this is next. So this is the 1UZ. This is what's gonna be going inside of the truck. This is for V3. Right now, this is all V2. V1 was all the aero. V2 was the aero plus the suspension, front and rear. And then V3 is gonna be full body paint job, including like the engine bay, behind the doors, behind the fenders, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then this 1UZ is going in there, this 1UZ VVTi. And I'm gonna be powder coating everything from the valve covers to like the manifold, to the basically anything that's like metal up here is going to be nicely powder coated. And then the color scheme I think is going to be black chrome with a little bit of titanium and pearl white. So that's going to be a pain in the butt to keep clean, but you know me, it's got to be clean. So I can't wait for this thing to actually be in there. We're not going to be doing anything with it as of right now because I just have a lot of stuff to do to this thing still. But yeah, this thing is gonna be rowdy for sure when it goes in. It's either that or I might just switch up on you guys and sell it and go for a K24. But you don't know with me. So this cantilever wasn't supposed to be this crazy, but you know Josh and Zach, they make everything hella cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy V2 and stick around because I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff to this one. And also I'm gonna be recording when I go to my first car meet. I'm gonna have a GoPro pointing towards the bed and like at everybody. And then I'm gonna have people outside with shotgun mics and cameras pointing at like the truck and getting people's reactions to it and just talking with people, you know. This isn't something you guys usually see at car meets. So it's gonna be cool to like explain everything from like the S13 subframe, S14 hubs, to how the cantilever system was made 2-to-1, and then the custom gas tank, status racing seats in a mini truck. I think that's the first of its kind, but yeah, I'm excited to share this thing with you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. It's time to work on this thing.